Hello everyone and welcome back to Let's Play Hearts of Iron 4, The New Order, Last Days of Europe, with me, Alpha Pi Omega, and Empire of Japan. So it's 14th of March 1971, and we left the previous recording session and episode with a lot of tasks for us today. We need to set up the research, we need to set up a national focus, and we have just finished the research into... Well, I know we finished the main battle tanks, but I think we also finished the destroyers, which we didn't design. And yes, it was the submarine. Yep, okay, so we need to design a new advanced attack submarine. However, before we do that, I want to get a better nuclear reactor for it, because it's going to help with reducing the sub-visibility. It's going to increase its speed, and generally speaking, it's going to be a good choice if we want to design a submarine. So upgrading our submarines to a 6th generation reactor will give our navy more engine power at sea, while reducing their visibility to the enemy due to a lack of need to resurface. So 167 days for that. And as far as our tanks go, we could design a new AFV, which would probably benefit us greatly. Or we could look into support, because that is something that we really need. There is a ton of things that we could get in here. So let's get Recon Company 4. That's going to help us with the tactics. Deep reconnaissance operations that mix espionage, guerrilla operations, and commando training will aid our tactical choices and allow us to adapt our decision-making rapidly to new intelligence. As far as the new tank goes, I'm going to design it in 4 days when we get the low noise amplification, because remember, that's going to give us an advanced radio, and I would like to have that one available for our operations. And so we just need to do the focus next. We finished the shared struggle and the duet against death, and now we can go with sticking to what works. Now our economy isn't doing all that great. We have an insanely high inflation and a pretty high deficit. I find it hard to imagine what's going to happen here, because we're going to increase our GDP by a flat 0.5%. We're going to reduce inflation by 1%, but business taxes will decrease by 5%, and we will spend money on our debt. So it's going to be a change to the economy, but it's followed by cash in every favor, which increases GDP further, and then there's this one which increases, decreases the inflation by 1% again and helps with poverty. So eventually it will definitely pay off, because we're going to have a decrease of inflation of 2% and an increase of GDP by 0.5 and a flat jump of 0.5 in the actual GDP. So it's worth it, but I don't know about the immediate effects. We'll have to see. Sticking to what works. Dissent comes in many forms, and while crushing it abroad, we must make sure it does grow at home. No matter what our relationship with the Zaibatsus and Keiretsus have amounted to in the past, we must work together to tackle the crisis now. We will issue business bailouts and subsidies where needed to ensure that struggling ventures are kept afloat so that our economy can recover. The costs of these deals will be a matter of for the brighter days they will bring to us. I really hope we will eventually get something that increases taxes, because Jesus Christ, we're really struggling in the department. We keep lowering them since the beginning of the game. So while our revenue overall is increasing, we keep working on lowering that even further by lowering the taxes at the same or higher rate than the revenue increases. Okay, and we need to keep an eye on this and keep boosting our House of Peers support, because we have a pretty decent base government stability, but the House of Peers is what we really need to deal with. Is there anything else that's going to help? Don't see anything here. All crisis modifier will be removed. Okay, so we need to get that one as soon as possible, then we can go back to the happy sunshine land. Republican Revolution in Cambodia. What? The new regime brought in by Lon Nol and the Cambodian military has been brought down, thanks to Son Nong Tung and the Khmer Serai. Okay, I had no idea that was actually happening, something like that in Cambodia. It's now called the Khmer Republic. With the economic fallout following the oil crisis wreaking havoc across the nation, Noy's already tenuous grip was loosened by mass defection to the Sarai. Now at the head of the new Khmer Republic, international observers wonder what Han and his movement will do next, given the unstable state of politics in the Chinese peninsula. Okay, and we finished the radio. So let us now focus on the support companies. They are pretty good. Engineering companies will get bonuses. Yeah, so let's get these. We'll get attack to urban, fort and river, and extra 300% entrenchment for the tank battalions. The development and implementation of armored military engineering vehicles will significantly improve the scope of what our engineer teams can accomplish while in the field. And now let us look at the tank. The tank that we have available. Oh, okay. So, let's first analyze the one that we are using right now, which is the Type 23B Chiwa. So I'm gonna design a tank type. Actually, what I can do here is I could switch the radio to the advanced radio, and I could switch the... Oh god, the gun would make it so much more expensive, but so much better. Conversion cost. It's a question whether it's worth it to convert them or just design a new tank. I would kind of feel like it is worth it, but and this one we'll have to see how many we need to upgrade. That's a good place to start. So improved. Okay, advanced main battle tank chassis here. So we're gonna go with a 3-man turret with the most advanced cannon. Yeah, we're gonna get an advanced radio. We're gonna give it the RVS autocannon, which is amazing. That lowers the reliability but works well. And as far as special modules go, what do we want? Active protection system. Extra armor plating, defense breakthrough and armor, additional machine gun, and I think, okay, autoloader we know is good. Improved commander optics we don't need. The easy maintenance is not necessary anymore. Stabilizer is good. And a fire control system. Okay, let's get the stabilizer and the autoloader. We're gonna try it like this and see what the game is gonna hit us with. So we are using the bogey suspension, and that one I don't think is that great. Hydropneumatic suspension would be good. Increases speed and breakthrough. Breakthrough 4, armor 5. What was max speed? The experimental screw suspension, I've seen it used in real life, but it wasn't really that good. So let's see the hydropneumatic. We're gonna give you the cast armor, that one is the best. And you have the diesel engine. Gasoline. You're using gasoline, right? Yeah. So you switch to diesel, the speed would go to hell, but we will get a huge boost to reliability. So let's see, if I increase armor massively and engine massively, we have a huge speed and okay, so let's see it like this. So if we build this one, what would be the effect? So where's the Chiwa? Over here. So Chiwa has a defense of 20, now we have 31.9, it is a breakthrough 48.5, we have 76, hardness 85, we got 85, soft attack 45, we have 52, hard attack 25, we have 33, piercing is 120, we got 150. Reliability 83, we get 96. So I think reliability could go down a little bit more. Let's get it to 83 points. Let's get it to 89.6. The speed is the speed is lower, but I don't think. No, they're using this one. Okay, so we really need higher speed to make them quick. I want the armor a bit. Like, this is fine. Reliability 86 is decent. Breakthrough, defense. It sounds like a good one. It's still an upgrade, isn't it? And how much does the engineering company give us? 15%, yeah, so that is fine. That is fine. So cool. I think we have our victor here. So this is going to be type 24 Hana. And we're going to save it. Production cost 33.48 is decent. And I don't think it's really worth upgrading the older tanks in our situation. Yeah, we need just 136, so this is gonna be quick. Oh, actually no. 1560. Snap. Okay, we need 1600 for this one. So where can I take factories out? Okay, we finally upgraded all of our weapons. I can actually go down like this. That's fine. We're upgrading here and here. Oh, we can definitely design a new anti-air as well, can't we? Yeah, we have the new. Okay, well. Okay, we're upgrading the. Okay, I'm thinking this is gonna have to be enough for now. We'll throw in more factories when we can, but we really can't now. We're upgrading a ton of our equipment, so we'll have to be sparing here. Which actually reminds me. The Type 22 can get a better radio now. So let me just fix that. Wait, reset, Type 22A. Gonna get a better radio. Type 22A, yeah. And let's see if we can upgrade the ones that we have first. Come on. We don't have any in stockpile. Okay, so it doesn't really bode well for us. And we get 2 extra factories? Really? So let's put them on the tanks. I thought we were doing well. Anything else? I could upgrade the Type 26, the AFVs. 2.4 per week. I don't even. Okay, we're gonna upgrade the Type 102. Then anything. You have the heavy anti-air. Where is it? Advanced artillery. Okay, so there's an improved anti-air, which would, that's not it. So is it the main battle tank? Yeah, heavy anti-air, and we don't get anything better. Okay. Anything else that we could fix here? I forgot to switch you to the cast armor. Jesus. Oh, okay, at least it's not a major issue. Okay, if we fixed you like this now. Okay, well, we have to do it. So, Type 102, Keijo, You're gonna get a bit of radio and cast armor. I thought you had it automatically. I shouldn't have expected stuff like that. Okay, we're gonna be converting. And Sapporo is gonna have the same issues, won't it? Yep, cast armor and a better radio. Okay, so let's type 101A Sapporo. Cast armor and radio. Thinking anything else that we need? Expanded fuel capacity. Torsion bar is good because it increases reliability, so I don't think we can actually... Yeah, we can't switch it for anything else. Okay, so they could definitely use extra factories to upgrade, but we already have 93. We have way more than civilian ones, so I don't think that's a good choice here. Suriname remains Dutch. Hours after polling stations closed across Suriname, voting returns confirmed a majority of Surinamese had voted against independence. This was not surprising to the Dutch government, who had long expected the vote to fail, but still, Queen Juliana issued a note of reconciliation to the independence camp. In Paramaribo was a mood of relief, disappointment, and scattered bursts of anger, but life moved on. While Surinamese nationalist parties vowed to continue lobbying for independence, representatives of the United Hindustani Party reported the result as a basis for further national autonomy. Animosities over past wrongs remain in recent memory for many Surinamese, fueling the continued independence movement. For now, however, the nation has chosen to stay with the kingdom. Okay, good for them. So was it already 10 days? It was. Nice. Okay, government stability is increasing, House of Peers support, everything is looking a little bit better than it was, which makes me happy. So we're fueling the economy using infrastructure works, which is great. Office coverage is now 91.5%, it's pretty awesome. Okay, give me a sec. One thing that's important for us. Yep. Small military parade. Consolidate our infrastructure. Yeah, there's nothing else here. Okay, well, in a way, it's a relief. To make the conference, I have to get rid of these. Okay, so we're sticking to what works, and now we can go and cash in every favor. During the span of our premiership, we have inevitably drawn closer to groups of certain reputation. The time has come to collect on such bonds, be it with the Privy Council, the House of Peers, or be in the offices of Zaibatsus and Keiretsus. Deals must be made, a call to arms must be answered, and every favor called in. We must work with all of those who we call our allies and beyond to put the crisis behind us as soon as possible. So we get answers, the Zaibatsus, the IJN, and the IJA. We get stability, political power, and a growth of GDP. And what did happen here? Okay, well, the real GDP growth increased to 0.64, so we're back to growth, but the euro deficit is now almost 2%, which is crazy. Not much we can do with it, though. And we get more of these. Okay, we're stockpiling equipment left and right. Producing almost 6 APCs per day, it's pretty decent. That is pretty decent. Okay, hold on, what about you guys? You're still refitting. Have you refitted? Well, I can't assign you to anymore, but we're already producing new ships, aren't we? Yeah, we got the 4 extra naval dockyards. Okay, well, it's not bad. Okay, large-scale training exercises gives us army experience. Let's get that. And I haven't... 50 political power. Okay, cool, we can do it again. Was that already 30 days? That's weird. I think that might be broken, but still, I don't mind. We need to get this as high as possible, as quickly as possible. But I wanted to check this. Do we have 100% support? 100 and 100, yeah. And Parana is 2.5%. Okay. Not much to complain about there. Okay, so the debt to GDP is slightly... Oh god, the deficit went up even higher. Well, what can we do? Not much. We can just burn through this and see what's gonna happen. Okay, so cash in every favor is done. And now we can ensure the continued prosperity. The chief duty of any government is to ensure the continued prosperity of those it governs over, and in these troubling times we must not forget that. While bailing out businesses is key to ensuring economic recovery, we must not forget about our populace. A series of stimulus checks will be handed out to those in need, as well as increased funding to social services like pensions and unemployment subsidies. This will ensure that the population can survive and recover, and by extension help our economy recover from the crisis. Good. So how's the economy looking now? Okay. 0.8 in growth. Still deficit is major, but... And what's the current effect of this? Political power gain lowered. It's kind of funny. It lowers everything except for the annual GDP factor. That sucks. Nice! Okay. To Prime Minister Imperial Cabinet, subject assistance from the Imperial Army. A growing number of reports indicate that government support among the armed forces, more specifically the IJA, has remained high in spite of current crisis. In fact, several letters have been received from the prefectures across the home isles from members of the general staff indicating their support for the current Prime Minister and his cabinet, and promising to lend aid to any efforts to quell the unrest caused by the crisis. On national television, several interviews of such individuals were broadcasted, with many issuing similar statements and calls for national order and unity during these hard times. We may expect that the preservation and promulgation of law and order in these trying times will be made much easier due to this. Good. Political power yet again. 21 days. Okay. The IJN answers. Nice. Another one. A growing number of reports indicate the government support among the armed forces, more specifically the IJN. Okay, so it's the same thing. Okay, but I'll take the political power. That is definitely useful. How far are we? 271 days. Yeah. We have high support. Education reform. Yeah, Wolfau suggested in the comments, I think it was him, that it would be good to take the education reform, and looking at it, I agree. The poverty rate will rapidly improve. We increase taxable population. It's gonna cost us, but... Oh, nice, the Zaibatsu's answered. A growing number of reports indicate a suspicious trend of donations to government officials that are being tracked back to private businesses. These donations appear to be made to officials that are both supportive and opposed to the current government before the crisis. However, there appears to be a trend of individuals that received such donations to vote or speak in favor of the government policies during the oil crisis. Several prefectures have also received letters from individuals found to have strong ties with these private organizations. These letters appear to follow the trend noted above of offering donations and contributions to help the government respond to the crisis. We may expect that political efforts and the economic recovery of our nation in these trying times will be made easier. So GDP growth increases by 0.1 and we get 35 political power. And the House of Peers answers. Nice! A growing number of reports indicate that the House of Peers has remained supportive to the current government in spite of the current crisis. In fact, several letters have been received from members of the House of Peers and even the Privy Council indicating their support for the current Prime Minister and his cabinet and promising to lend aid in efforts to provide an organized political response to the crisis. On national television, several interviews have been broadcasted, so further political power, our faction power increases and support increases. Amazing. So that means we just need one more and we're fine. And I'm gonna use the public twice, and then we're gonna do the educational reform. Okay. Cool. So we actually got backing and support from our friends. It's amazing. Okay, GDP growth is now at 1.3%, so that's looking much better. We'll kill the inflation even further, and then we're gonna get to, if not a political growth, then to stagnation. Return to stability. And what are these? A gateway to Europe. GDP growth. Okay, naval bases. Okay, the diamond in the rough. Okay, so this is for... Okay, so because we want free wars, we get free bonuses here, and we get 2 that does nothing for us. Do we need all of them? No, it requires just one of them. Okay. Shah of Iran assassinated. Oh, dang. Apply battlefield lessons. Is that political power? I think it is. No, that's reduction for land doctrine. But still. So, in the midst of rising unrest across the nation, the Iranian capital of Tehran has now been placed under martial law following the shock assassination of Shah Mohammad Reza Pahlavi. Targeted during a visit to the University of Tehran, the Shah was shot twice in the chest whilst walking through the campus and pronounced dead at the scene. Captured alive, state media has since declared the assassin to have been a university student radicalized by the exiled Ruhollah Khomeini. News of the Shah's death had provoked celebration across Iran, much of the nation having turned against the Shah over his so-called white revolution reforms. Well, we've talked about this at length during the Iranian playthrough. With the nation paralyzed by unrest and the military stepping in to put down rioting in several major cities, many question whether Iran's crisis-stricken government will be able to weather the storm. So who is leading Iran now? Is it his wife? No, it's the Iranian National Assembly. Oh, and we need to design... Okay, let's end the game with designing the new destroyer. So we get the Soyokaze. We get now the advanced destroyer. How? Okay, so what can we do with you? How were you designed? You had anti-submarine rockets, minesweeping gear. I didn't even notice that. Okay, so none of that nonsense. We're gonna give you the best up charges we can get. And you had something like an Wait, did you have an anti-submarine? Anti-submarine... Oh no, that's the... that's this one. Okay, so it's the depth charges in effect. Okay, so let's design you. You're gonna get 2 of these. Would that be enough? You had 43, now we're gonna have 41. Now let's get you some anti-ship missiles. And it will give you a torpedo launcher. What would that do? Torpedo, sure, a torpedo launcher. You'll get a better wide battery. I think it's gonna be better too. Yep, we can give you the surface to air missiles, better range control, radar 2, or sonar. Okay, let's give you the sonar. Better light engine and upgraded torpedoes. Okay, so Soyokaze had surface detection 20, same. Sub-detection 10.5, we get 13. Light attack 1.7, we got 1.8. Light piercing 2, we get 2.1. Heavy attack 9.2, we get 23. Heavy piercing 20, we got 22. Torpedo attack 27, we got 64.8. Depth charges for the 3, we have 41. Anti-air 3.7, we get 4.3. So everything is better, and I'm gonna call this Manchuria class. And I'm gonna start producing these like so. Cool, on that note, I'm gonna end the episode here. Thank you very much for joining me, and I'll see you in the next episode. Till then, you guys take care.